All right, Christa, how are you?
Great. Shock and awe over here.
Yeah. Shock and awe.
Shock and awe.
Let me
You're not. What day is this happening? Tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow. And then weekly after that to whoever loses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fun. Good time.
You want to give it a run real quick?
No, thank you. I'm really afraid of that smell issue Phil is raising.
Yeah. Not good.
Well, then shave it.
This is the most interesting stunt I've ever seen or heard of.
Well, I just thought we should up the ante a little bit.
Very interesting.
So that's what we're doing, man.
He thought, how can I get a sneaky look at Phil and Kevin's balls?
No, that's not what I thought at all, actually. I just figured I wouldn't be losing it. I can't believe I already lost once. So, well, there you go.
It's good. People were hungry for you to, really strike out and do something
massive. Oh, you're right. And I think we found it.
Yeah.
It's a ratings ploy. That's all it is.
Good job. Yeah. Got to go with what works.
So what do you got for us this week in the Film Fix?
So, once again, so much happening, right? Last week, thank you very much for having our IATSE 480 representative in here talking about these multitude and masses of film jobs behind the camera, because that's where most of your friends and probably most of your listeners work.
Where, behind the
Behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Schlepping the coffee, serving the food, running the equipment, so many jobs.
Building the sets.
The farmers and the framers alike.
Yes, farmers.
The farmers, the framers, and me.
Thank you, Kermit.
Filmworkers, yay! But so this week we're back
in. You always sing, bro.
Back in front of the camera. Tons of opportunity.
Wait, in front of the not for me, but for other people.
For everybody, yeah, okay. Because this one, Cliffs of Freedom, Turkish soldiers, not shoulders, soldiers, Turkish.
What makes you think I look Turkish?
Well, you just look like a warrior to me.
No,
so.
There's no
a warrior.
Yeah, I've never heard that one before. Hey, unibrow, you look like a Turk.
So let's see if anybody fits the Turkish soldiers, Greek rebels, villagers, aristocrats, and other roles. All those types are casting right now.
Well, I'm trying to think what that would look like.
There's actually, the only thing I could find...
Maximus Incontinentia, the Greek rebel or whatever.
Yeah, dark hair.
Surprisingly, there's no live-action pictures of this, so I guess it's kind of a first-of-its-kind movie, but there was lots of, paintings. So on oneheadlighting.com, you can see what this war-torn Greek scene would look like.
Oh, okay.
So check it out.
Will there be a Parthenon?
Probably.
Yeah.
How nice,
Will there be
right?
columns?
We could do it. We can build that here.
Okay.
We built Superman's, lair here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. The what do they call that? The Hall of Truth?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
We got X-Men here. We can handle this.
Fortress of Solitude. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Tagged is casting right now for this Saturday. They need all types for that as well. One is perfect for Phil, little businessman-looking type from ages 30 to 50-ish.
Ish.
Well, then he's screwed. Because
Ish.
I don't know if I can play ish.
He's right in there in the ish. Better Call Saul is casting now. Get those in. They are getting slammed with entries.
Better Call Saul is filming at Cottonwood Mall today.
Robert.
I knew that, yeah. Yeah, I just found that out.
Did he scoop your headline, or are you not supposed to talk about that?
We don't know what's going on. We don't want... But you know what? It's okay. We're spread out here. We're not super aggressive. People are left alone here.
Yeah, I think that's how probably a lot of people roll around here.
That's a great scoop. That's a hot tip. Thanks,
Is Ray Seahorn in town?
Yes.
I'd love me some Ray Seahorn. Her character rules. She's awesome.
Oh, our Patrick Fabian is back. He was wearing his support NMFilm shirt and Instagramming that all over the place.
He was a cool guy.
Thank you for that, Patrick, Mr. Fabian.
Yeah.
Midnight Texas is going to take up root here in Albuquerque, so that's going to have scores of crew and talent, all different types. Godless is still filming up in Santa Fe. That's a Netflix series. TRC is getting Rose shortly. A feature film, Sybil Shepherd, James, one of the
Wait, did you say Sybil Shepherd?
I did say
God, is she still around?
She is still around. No idea what she looks like.
What a trip. That seems very 1988, doesn't it? Sybil Shepherd?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Way back in the day.
No, I know.
Yeah. The movie sounds kind of Eat, Pray, Love-ish. If you, probably no one here knows what that is. That was a Julia Roberts movie.
I know the South Park version of it, but I don't think I can say that on here.
Okay, anyway. And then in another part
of it, no pap smear for you.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Next, Las Vegas, New Mexico. Sorry. Las Vegas, New Mexico, Montezuma area getting a new movie called Making a Killing. Okay? And Rolling Stone just released a top 100 TV shows. Guess what's number 3?
Breaking Bad,
of course. Of all time.
What was number 1? It was The Sopranos, right?
No, I think there was. We're thinking a different Entertainment Weekly did it too.
Oh yeah,
that was a while ago. And I think it was the one.
Breaking
The
Bad.
Wire was number one.
The Wire was it. That was it.
In Rolling Stone.
List. I think it's the same.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
This is kind of old, the one I'm talking
about.
Okay.
So. Well, maybe
What's
Rolling
number
Stone
2?
repurposed it. I don't remember. Maybe it's Sopranos. I think it was The Wire, Sopranos, Breaking Bad. I think it was something like that.
That's fair. I only have seen 2 episodes of The Wire, and I wasn't that knocked out, but I probably didn't give it enough time. Yeah, I've heard.
Anyway,
maybe give it another chance.
100 of all time. Breaking Bad's right up there. So
what else was in there?
I don't remember, but listen. Well, because what matters most is Breaking Bad, because what do I always talk about? Jobs, careers, right?
Yeah.
And I've got to raise to light an issue. So you just threw out a hot tip there about where Saul's filming.
Right.
I get information from all kinds of different places.
Uh-huh.
I've been doing this for 8 years now.
Right.
And I've got some relationships that need to be respected, like with the film union, with the film office.
Right.
You know, the film office director, Nick Maniatis, he knows everything that's going on. His people know everything that's going on. They can't tell me.
Right.
So those things need to remain, respected working relationship situation. Most of the time where things used to come from is like hotel workers.
Right.
That was really cool. I'd get calls like, what the heck, this whole convoy came in, it looks like the FBI is raiding the building, and it was film scouting crews.
Oh, okay.
So I get super cool tips from lots of places. One of the places a lot of information comes from is out of state. Reason being, people, sister blogs and other film companies and film crews are waiting with bated breath, like, oh, this new project is coming
Sister
down.
Blogs, isn't she coming up on stage 3?
No.
All right, just making
with
sure.
with bait, like breath like bait. Wait,
Yeah.
not bated breath. Anyway,
bated breath. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
so these other states are waiting in the wings to take in these productions, and so they check with me. I'll get calls, I'll get write-ins asking like, hey, did you guys hear about this? So then there's my big headline. I know that this is a possibility. So then I track that film, and the reason this is so important is because we are kicking so much ass.
No,
making
I know.
these
I
movies.
saw it in the paper the other day.
We
They were
know
saying it's
the
biggest
governor
year.
herself has released the numbers of how much money it pours into the state, and right now there's a chance that the legislative session is going to look at the possibility of cutting back on the current structure.
I wonder why.
The budget is tanked. There are other places to get this money. You could get much more knowledgeable people in about this situation, and I guarantee that
we can get much more knowledgeable people in just about everything on this show.
Yeah,
to be honest with
Thank
you.
you. I love you too.
Yeah. No, not just
no,
you.
I
you
understand.
know what I'm saying, yeah.
But the facts are there that the money is other places, and there's horrible places that they're looking, and it's just to trim a little bit off the top. But if we do that, if we don't call the governor's office and just leave a message, we're not harassing anybody, we're not mad at anybody, we're just saying movies make money for New Mexico.
Could I suggest that everyone call and just leave a simple message on the governor's voicemail? It just says, "Oh, really? Oh, really?"
I would appreciate that very much, because it's like that machine you had out here lately, and that question, the impossible questions you always ask, like, would you like to take, a pellet gun to your eye or to your...
Oh, right, yeah.
This is a very
Nut or eyeball?
simple question.
Yeah.
This question is much more simple. This question is, hey, you want to shoot yourself in the foot or not? It's like the only place that's generating new jobs every year. Huge numbers. Oh, geez, I didn't mean to use that. I don't want to sound like Trump or anything. But hugely big numbers. But yeah, you guys agree, right? I mean, it's the industry's kicking butt.
I'm all for this state making money because there's too many places where it doesn't.
Yeah.
So
it's like it's like our shining little star of building the economy. So you're going to see some stuff where they may be looking at it, and we can't let that happen. So if you're a current actor, film employee, or if you're just waiting on the sidelines to get into the game or just support the industry at all, let's get the word out and do something about it.
There you go.
Cool.
If the state makes money and the only price we have to pay is that goddamn Breaking Bad RV, I'm good with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tourism.
You know what I mean? And we've been laughing for the last 3 or 4 years, quietly, kind of behind the scenes. And I was all about Breaking Bad. Loved the show.
Yeah.
Loved that little tour we did at the end of it. But here we are almost 4 years later now, and I'm like, hey, Albuquerque, come on, get over it, okay? But I will say, while I was on Martha's Vineyard, they filmed a bunch of Jaws there. Jaws.
In 75,
74. Man, they are still milking that horse 40 years later. I'm not kidding, man.
Yeah.
Every shop had a Jaws T-shirt. There was a T-shirt that said, "Here's to swimming with bow-legged women." And I'm like, man. And then you go to Cheers in Boston, and they still got pictures of the whole crew up there. And I'm like, yeah, well, of course you milk it. You milk it for all it's worth, man. Yeah.
Georgia. Deliverance. They have deliverance tourism. So
do they really?
No joke.
T-shirts. You got a real purty mouth.
Yes, at the end of the tour, you get to squeal like a pig.
I mean, we're at the top of that heap. We're the best.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is true.
Breaking Bad is like yesterday compared to Jaws, man, and yeah, they're going for it.
Yeah.
Did
Saul,
you know?
Thank you for being here, Saul.
And Saul, too, which I really didn't know how I was going to feel about that show, and I've watched 2 seasons now, and I find myself kind of digging it, man. I do.
Cool.
So, yeah. Hey, did you know on Jaws that the guy who played Sheriff Brody's assistant, you know which guy I'm talking about,
he's
right?
the one who discovers the body with and pukes.
Right. And all the people in that little city council and everything.
Yeah.
And all the police that worked under Martin Brody, right? The whole crew there were locals on Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, really?
That they just kind of grabbed and said, "Hey, you look like you could be in this. You're a salty-looking knave."
And they end up in Jaws, one of the great cinematic films of all time.
Yeah.
It's very similar to what can happen to you in Albuquerque.
Could.
You could end up in a great movie.
Could. You could be an extra at the Cinnabon.
Yeah, or you could be in The Lone Ranger.
Or you could. Yeah. There could be that, too. Is that what you got?
That's what I got. Frame that Solitude, a Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah. Do you want the top 10 Rolling Stone TV shows?
Yeah.
We got coming in at number 10, The Daily Show.
Okay.
Number 9, All in the Family.
Okay.
Number 8, Saturday Night Live.
Early years.
Yeah. Number 7, The Twilight Zone.
Which one? The original?
The original.
Okay.
Number
That's a good
6,
one.
Oh, I love The Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Well, you watch some of them now, you're like,
They're still good.
A little sleepy.
Yeah.
The Simpsons at number 6. Number 5, Seinfeld. Number 4, Mad Men. Number 3.
Mad Men didn't do it for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
I
never watched it.
I watched like 2 episodes and said, yeah, not my thing.
It was pretty swinging, though, right?
I liked the redhead with the big jugs. That was cool. But yeah.
Breaking Bad coming in at number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Wire. And number 1, The Sopranos.
Yes. All right.
There you go.
Hard time arguing with that. Krista, great seeing you.
Thank you so much, guys.